There comes a time in life when everything you believed in starts to fall apart. The dreams you once held so tightly begin to feel distant. The energy that once surged through your veins, that made you wake up early and push harder than everyone else, begins to fade. You question your worth. You question your path. You question if all this pain is even worth it. But deep down, in the quiet corners of your soul, a fire still burns. It's not loud. It doesn't scream. It doesn't beg for attention. But it's there, constant, unyielding, waiting. This fire, your inner fire, is the very reason you're still standing. It's the part of you that refuses to quit even when your body aches and your mind screams for relief. It's the reason you got up after being knocked down for the 100th time. It's the reason you didn't let heartbreak, failure, or fear destroy you. Because you're not made of weakness. You are made of war. And that fire, it's your weapon. You've been through things that would break others. And maybe at times they did break you. But each time you came back. Each time you picked up the pieces, stitched yourself back together, and kept walking. That's not weakness. That's power. No one sees the hours you put in when no one else was watching. No one knows the nights you cried, the mornings you wanted to stay in bed. They only see what you let them see. But you know, you remember, and that's what matters. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about winning every battle. It's about never giving up the war, because the war is within you. And every time you take one more step, one more breath, you win. You win because you're still here. So let them talk. Let them doubt. Let the world turn its back. You got something they don't. A fire that won't die. And when the smoke clears and the dust settles, you'll still be standing. Stronger, sharper, unbreakable. Because the warrior's path isn't chosen. It's earned. Most people run from the dark. They escape from silence, avoid solitude, and drown their thoughts in distraction. But not you. Not anymore. Because you've learned that your greatest growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the shadows. In the silence of failure, you heard your truth. In the pain of rejection, you found your strength. And in the isolation of struggle, you discovered the only companion who will never leave your side. You. The shadows don't scare you. They shape you. They remind you that pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every scar you carry is a chapter in your story. Every fall is a lesson carved into your skin. And every loss, it's fuel. People will look at you and only see the surface. They'll see the confidence, the discipline, the grind. But they won't understand the price you paid for it. The nights you stayed up questioning your decisions. The sacrifices no one asked you to make. The silence you sat in while the world moved on. You walked through hell, not to be praised, but to become. This is what makes you different. While others seek comfort, you seek growth. While others chase approval, you chase purpose. While others settle, you rise. Not because it's easy, but because you've tasted the alternative, and you refuse to go back. You've learned that resilience is not loud. It's not flashy. It's quiet. It's the small decisions made daily. It's the discipline to say no when no one is watching. It's the choice to keep moving forward when your mind begs you to quit. You don't chase motivation, you create it. You don't wait for inspiration, you build it. And when fear shows up, you don't run. You face it. Because you realize that everything you want is on the other side of everything you fear. So keep walking through the shadows. Own your story. Embrace your path. Because the deeper the shadows, the brighter your light will shine. There's a moment in every warrior's journey when everything feels like too much, when your chest tightens under pressure, and your spirit feels stretched so thin it might snap, when you're not just tired but exhausted, physically, mentally, spiritually. And no matter how far you come, the mountain ahead still looks impossibly steep. This is the breaking point. But here's what most people don't understand. The breaking point is not where you fall apart. It's where you are reforged. Pressure doesn't just crush. It also shapes. It turns coal into diamond. Fire doesn't just burn. It purifies. And pain? Pain doesn't just hurt. It reveals. In this space, between giving up and going on, you meet your real self. Not the version that smiled for others, Not the version that posts victories and hides the losses. The real you, the one who bleeds but still stands. The one who's scared but still shows up. The one who whispers, "I'll keep going," even when there's no one left to hear it. This is where champions are made, not on the stage, not in the spotlight, but in the dark when no one is watching. In the moments where your only choice is to bend or break, and you choose to rise. Everyone wants a reward, but few are willing to pay the price. Everyone wants strength, but few are willing to carry the weight. But you've carried it. You've dragged it mile after mile, while others quit after one. You've stayed standing while the world shifted beneath your feet. And still you're here. You didn't come this far to only come this far. You didn't bleed just to stop before the breakthrough. You didn't sacrifice sleep, comfort, time, and pieces of yourself just to walk away when the finish line is almost in sight. You keep pushing, not because it's easy, but because you've seen who you become when you refuse to quit. Because every time you're about to break and choose to continue, you become someone no one can break. This is what separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. Not talent, not luck, just the unshakable decision to keep going when it hurts the most. So breathe. Focus. Take one more step. You are not done yet. Your story is not over. Because the breaking point isn't the end. It's the beginning of who you're meant to be. You felt the fire. You've walked through the shadows. You've hit the breaking point. And yet, you're still here. Now comes the rise. Not the kind they write about in fairy tales. Not the instant victory or the overnight transformation. This rise is different. It's quiet at first. Slow. Unseen, but powerful. It's in the way you get up with purpose. It's in the way your eyes shift from doubt to determination. It's in the way you carry yourself, not with arrogance, but with a calm certainty that comes from surviving what others couldn't. You're no longer who you were when you started this path. You've changed, not just in muscle or skill, but in identity. You become someone forged in fire, sharpened in darkness, and unshaken by storms. You've learned that success isn't a destination. It's a decision. Every day, you rise. Every moment, you choose to become. And the world may not understand that. They'll say you're obsessed, too intense, too focused, but what they call too much, you call necessary. You didn't come here to live a life of maybe or almost. You didn't fight this hard to settle. You came here to conquer, to rise. Not above others, but above the old version of yourself. You've stopped seeking permission. You've stopped apologizing for your ambition. You've stopped dimming your light to make others comfortable. Now you lead, you move, you inspire, not because you try to, but because you become someone worth following. And here's the truth they don't tell you. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. Your scars? They're your armor. Your story? It's your strength. And your future? It's waiting. Not for someone else, not for the perfect time, but for you. So stand tall, own your path, burn brighter than ever. This is your rise. And it's just the beginning.